Tracker 6. This is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
It is already incredibly warm and humid across mid-Michigan this afternoon. Temperatures currently sitting in the mid to low 80s, 85 degrees right now in Lansing and Owasso, 86 for your current temperature in St. John's. We have a level 1 risk for strong to severe storms in place across most of the area as we go throughout the rest of the day. And notice Live Storm Tracker 6 Doppler radar already showing scattered showers and thunderstorms developing across the region. Most of the activity right now going south of I-96. We'll talk about the potential threats and how much rain we're expecting coming up in just a bit. 6 News at Noon starts right now.
WMNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at Noon.
The Bath Township Police Department releases body cam video after a string of break-ins and a stabbing led to an officer-involved shooting. It is our top story at noon. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Kirk Montgomery. The Bath Township Police Department releasing this body cam footage after a string of break-ins and a stabbing that led to the officer-involved shooting. This all went down last Saturday. A word of caution, some may find this footage triggering and disturbing. It all began when police got a call that afternoon about a man acting suspicious and trying to break into cars on Heathfield Drive. The same caller later told police the man had gone into a neighbor's garage and they hadn't seen him since. When police got there, they learned someone had been stabbed and the man was holding them hostage. As you can see, he tried to run away. That's when several officers fired at him before he went into another home. When the man tried to escape to a third home, police tried to use a taser and an officer shot at him. Throughout the video, we can hear at least 16 shots fired at the suspect before police took him into custody and to the hospital. Meanwhile, the stabbing victim was treated at the scene. Both are expected to survive. Now Michigan State Police handling this investigation, which is standard for any officer-involved shootings. In an update now for you, the owner of the health center where a hyperbaric oxygen chamber exploded, killing a 5-year-old boy, is back in court. It was in January. We told you that 5-year-old Thomas Cooper died after the incident at the Oxford Center in Troy. His family says he was being treated for ADHD and sleep apnea. That's according to the Detroit Free Press. The FDA, however, has not approved hyperbaric chambers to treat those conditions. After the explosion, Oxford Center owner Tamala Peterson was charged with second-degree murder. She was in court Tuesday for an evidentiary hearing, her attorney arguing that her rights may have been violated, claiming detectives reviewed protected communications, communication protected by attorney-client privilege. The judge disagreed, saying there was no evidence that happened.
Nothing in here that outright gave the court any indication that this information that was cited came from these privileged communications between Ms. Peterson and her attorneys.
The judge did modify her bond to allow her to return to the Oxford Center's Brighton location to help sell that building. As of now, a date for a preliminary exam hearing has not yet been set. President Donald Trump meets today with Middle East allies as the vice president heads to Pennsylvania to sell Trump's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill. It comes as cuts to foreign aid and public broadcasting advance in the Senate. Natalie Brand reports now from the White House.
President Trump welcomes the Crown Prince and Prime Minister of Bahrain to the White House this morning as the administration seeks to strengthen ties with key allies in the Middle East. But the president's domestic agenda is once again dominating focus on Capitol Hill this week. Lawmakers face a Friday deadline to pass the administration's request to make some of the DOGE cuts permanent and slash around $9 billion in previously approved spending. Most of those cuts would hit foreign aid programs, but more than $1 billion would impact public broadcasters. The president and CEO of NPR told CBS News she worries rural communities that rely on their local radio stations could be hurt the most.
Stations that serve communities that do not have access to other forms of local news, emergency reporting, emergency alerting in particular, and that functionally that is the primary consideration of any lawmaker.
The vice president votes in the affirmative.
Vice President J.D. Vance delivered the tie-breaking vote to advance the package late last night after 3 Republicans joined with Democrats to oppose it.
Not only is this bill harmful to communities in Michigan as well as all across the country, but it also risks undermining a key part of our democratic process.
But the White House and Republican leaders say it's about getting spending under control.
Clearly, this is something that all of us believe is a priority when you've got a $36 trillion debt.
In a last-minute deal reached Tuesday, Republicans agreed to preserve funding for the global AIDS program known as PEPFAR in the bill. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
We have new developments today out of Jackson County. 6 News has learned that the music festival that would have replaced Faster Horses this year has now been postponed to next year. The Country Roads Music Festival was supposed to start this Friday, continue through the weekend, but now the owner of the Groves of Michigan, which is a campground and events center in Brooklyn, says it won't happen until next year because of low ticket sales. The owner adds that event organizers want to make sure that the festival's first year is successful so it can remain long-term. The city of East Lansing inviting you to come downtown this evening for the 5th annual Chalk Walk. It's a chance for community members of all ages to come together and create kind of a mosaic art piece using, of course, just chalk. Now, the city will provide the chalk for free. The event is from 5 to 7 o'clock tonight at Ann Street Plaza. That's at the intersection of MAC and Albert Avenues near Albert Al Fresco. The city says if it can't happen today because of, the rain, the Chalk Walk would be postponed to a later date. So what are the odds, I wonder?
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't look like I have the best news in terms of our rain chances today. Notice live Storm Tracker 6 Doppler radar already showing a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms developing across the region. We are holding on to this chance for rain as we go throughout the rest of the day. It does include that time frame of 5 to 7 o'clock this evening, unfortunately, for that chalk walk. But as they mentioned, they'll be able to reschedule. Now, notice on Doppler radar the slow-moving nature that exists with these showers and thunderstorms that we have across the area. They're moving off to the northeast, only right around 20-25 miles per hour. So if you're caught under one of those heavy downpours, rainfall total is going to begin to rack up incredibly quickly. Storm Prediction Center has a level 1 marginal risk for strong to severe storms across most of mid-Michigan today. Main concern going to be a couple of isolated strong wind gusts. A better chance for those stronger wind gusts when we head to western sections of Berry County, Montcalm County, and then over towards the Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo area. Again, Precision Cast going to show additional development in terms of these scattered showers and thunderstorms as we move throughout the rest of our Wednesday afternoon. Later on this evening, we're talking right around 9-10 o'clock, we'll have a line of development beginning to make its way in, all ahead of a cold front. A better chance that we see some stronger wind gusts and maybe even some pea-sized hail within this second round of activity. Good news is it's going to be incredibly quick moving. While we could still see a couple of lingering sprinkles as we move into the start of our Thursday, most of the day will be dry. Cloud cover eventually going to start to decrease by Thursday evening. Holding on to that dry weather and a lot more sunshine in the forecast just in time for our Friday. So it is going to be a beautiful end to the work week at least. Now, because of the heavy downpours that we are going to see across the area, rainfall totals widespread could be anywhere between 1/4 of an inch, possibly as much as 1/2 of an inch. If you're under one of those heavy downpours, that's when we're expecting our rainfall totals to be a little bit closer to that 1 to 2 inch mark. Outside right now, dry across the area, at least on our Skyview network. Temperature-wise, currently sitting in the mid to low 80s, but it is incredibly humid outside, so we are already seeing some heat indices, or those feels like temperatures in the low 90s in places like Coldwater, Marshall, Charlotte, and 91 degrees your current feels like temperature over in Owasso. We'll warm just a few more degrees as we go throughout the rest of the day. High temperatures topping out near 85 degrees overnight tonight. Again, a couple of lingering scattered showers and thunderstorms possible. Overnight lows will be falling down into the upper 60s. Notice on our 6-day forecast, we do have some dry weather to look forward to, but thanks to that cold front that will be moving through tonight, it's going to cool our temperatures down and also decrease our humidity just in time for Friday, which is definitely going to be the pick of the week across the area. Again, mostly sunny, highs in the upper 70s. Does look like there is going to be a system affecting at least part of the weekend. As of right now, it looks like the chance for storms Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, however, do look dry.
Oh, okay. We can look forward to that. And so maybe not so much for the folks at the Chalk Festival today.
Yeah, not today, but it does look like at least the bulk of our 6-day forecast is dry.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, well, still ahead, the very latest on a murder in Hollywood that has stunned the entertainment world as a suspect is arrested in the death of an American Idol producer. Details straight ahead.